G'day, welcome back to my channel. I have not sat down to do one of these in about 9 months. Cute reveal where I was like, I was pregnant. I wasn't. No, I was pregnant with like insecurity and inaction. Evidently, since that video was taken, I have dyed my hair sad girl brown. No offense if your hair is this color, but if your hair is not this color and you dye your hair this color, there is a 95% chance that you are sad. But that all stops today. Today we restart, we reset. So the project I'm going to start today is turning this thrifted skirt into a mini skirt. Obviously it's gorgeous, it's stunning, and it looks really good as a long skirt, but then I'm only going to wear it to events, and I've already worn it to a wedding.
I tried to find a photo of me wearing this skirt at the wedding, but apparently all I got were these adorable photo booth photos. Thank you for having me, Dom and Steph.
So this should be pretty easy, and then hopefully there's a fair bit of excess fabric, and then I like the idea of making some sort of top to do like a cute little two-piece cropped, maybe.
Sorry, I don't know why the audio is so janky on this. I will look into that. At least for the voiceovers, I now have a cute little microphone. I just remembered photo booth exists. It's adorable, so they sound pretty slick. As for this skirt, I put it on, I thought about how long I wanted it to be, and then apparently I just made it like a much shorter than that. So it's pretty obscene, but it's wearable. It's for sure wearable. But cutting into this silk was very stressful because it is stunning fabric. Yeah, and then I cut the lining to be a little bit shorter. To create the new hem on the skirt, I just overlocked the raw edge, folded it once and pressed it. I used clips instead of pins to hold it in place because using pins on silk can cause little pulls in the fabric.
It's day 2. The skirt is finished except for the hem of the lining, which I'm going to hand sew, but I have to go get my windshield fixed and it's going to take 2.5 hours. So I'm just going to take it with me and do that then. But today I thought I might start trying to mock up what I want the top to look like. Matching set. Cute little matching set.
I felt like I really didn't know what I was doing here. I have taken a pattern drafting course, like a short course, 2.5 years ago, and I barely remember it. So I was sort of trying to work from a bodice block, which is like your basic pattern making block, and just kind of make measurements on my body and then adapt on the page. But yeah, I had to flip back through a lot of notes. There is a good chance I made it more complicated than it had to be. I had planned on telling you the rather dry story of how our windscreen cracked, but since this was filmed, I actually reversed our other car into a skip in and completely wrote it off. So the little teeny tiny little windscreen issue has been historically eclipsed in the record of 2023. Car stuff is truly one of the most frustrating things to deal with. I saw a friend say yesterday that if she was a millionaire, she would start a charity fund to help people who couldn't get their cars fixed. I just think that's such a cool idea. Also, this man opened the door behind me into my chair while I was sewing, and I stabbed myself with a needle, and the other people waiting in the room laughed at me. I took the bodice over to my parents' place to get some help fitting the toile, which is like the first draft on cheap calico. Oh, and here is an actual cute pregnancy reveal. I was pregnant like 4 years ago. Once I had the toile fitting right on my body, I made 2 of it in 2 different fabrics. These will be the underlayer that the boning goes in between, and then the silk layer goes on top. Alright, here we have my genius ham substitute. In dressmaking and tailoring, a ham is a hard stuffed, like calico, kind of like a oval. What's a 3D oval? Football? Sort of like a football. And then you can iron curves on it and get like a really good press on them. In the absence of that, I put a ball of wool inside a t-shirt. It isn't a good substitute, so I will take this opportunity to say please subscribe to my channel, and maybe one day Woman's can buy herself a ham. Once I got the two underlayers of the bodice fitting perfectly, I cut the silk top layer out of the remaining skirt fabric. So I'm going to get into the boning now. The internet, a wonderful place, has provided me with the hot tip that you can use like packing plastic. No, record scratch. Do not use this stuff. What voiceover Amy knows now that to camera Amy doesn't know is that after wearing this a few times, the plastic buckles and creases and it does not hold its shape at all. So please do not use this. Do as I say, not as I did. Done. I haven't decided yet whether I want this silky against my skin or this stretchy cotton, but the good news is I don't have to decide for maybe an hour, maybe two, depending on how long it takes to bone. Not very long. Preferably I'm sewing the lining to the silk, and there's a few things I just want to say, there's like a few things I'm thinking about as I'm doing it, so it's not just like laying them on top of each other and sewing. I am trying to sew the silk front layer to have a bit more give than the lining, so that when I inside it out, I can iron it so that the edges have a bit more of the silk coming over, so that as you're wearing it on the top, you're not seeing any of the pink lining fabric. It's like the silk sort of covers it. So yeah, when you get to the machine, you're not always just like sewing what you pinned. Sometimes you're still working and manipulating as you go. I just thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that is interesting. Is it interesting? Okay, I'm gonna keep. I've cooked that. Absolutely. The sound on this clip was pretty cooked because it turns out if you hold the clothing in between you and the microphone, it's pretty hard to hear. So instead I'll just say, look, it worked. The thing I was trying to do. Then it was time to install the rivets. I used an awl to make little holes, and then I had to go in with the scissors to sort of make them bigger. It was pretty hard to get through all three layers, and I did have to take this out on the deck so I could really hammer the rivets in. It needed a lot more force than the carpet was allowing me. Hell yeah, we are chalking this one up as a win. It's been so cute. I've worn it so many times already. The boning thing where the plastic has bent is not ideal, but we live, we learn. We will see you next week. Thank you.